Folks, today we are here in English Mountain, Tennessee, here in Sevier County, and we're here for the Dixie Oil and Gas Show. Dawn, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do this. And it is a beautiful day here in English Mountain. We're only a few miles from Bush's Baked Beans, right across the street from Fox Cemetery, where we start a lot of our vlogs off, and I absolutely love this area. And there's a swap meet today, an oil and gas swap meet. They have all kinds of old signs and everything you can imagine. It's like a flea market of goodness. And I've always heard about this, but never have been here. And it's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. It's all tucked up in here. You can't see this from the road. Now it costs us $5 a person to come on in for the day. And you can see it goes all the way up on the hill there. Wow. You know, it's amazing in these mountains how things can get tucked in between the hills and that. And from the road, it doesn't look like it's this big, but so I don't even know where to start. It is 9 a.m. I think we'll start over here. We'll kind of imagine there's different aisles. And I'm hoping to see some classic signs today, some old Texaco and it is. It's amazingly big. There's an old Sunbeam bread sign. So bubbly, fresh RC. Nicely framed. Yeah, all kinds of great collectibles. There's Crush. Yeah. Royal Crown. These old calendars are worth money from what I understand. Please pay the cashier. So there's probably some reproduction, and there are some original classics in here. A lot of great things for the man cave, or maybe the woman cave. And oh my goodness, is that can't be, no way. Well, you know, it could be Robert Wadlow, right? And if it was Robert Wadlow's shoe, that would be worth a lot of money. Yeah, I think they're scales. No, temperature. I'm sorry. This is where you'd put your bottle of Coca-Cola while you shopped at a grocery store. Oh, yes, this is awesome. There's an old Wrigley spearmint gum advertisement. Pretty cool. Wow, that was just the first one.
Yeah. I think this is a Dr. Seuss puzzle.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
Oh, Shannon, I found a sign you're going to need.
So they have a lot of great things. And some of these vendors come from all over the country for this. That's one big old moonshine jug there. An old parking meter. Bunch of them. Here's some old gas pumps. Some old handles there. Oil and gas galore. Interstate 40. Oh yeah, there's lots of one-of-a-kind things I've never seen. There's a lot of folks out there that collect oil and gas and old road signs and everything you can imagine. Gas for $1.55 a gallon. Oh my goodness, so there's all kinds of different cans, different oils, and so I love Roadside America, and this is a gem for that. All these old signs that were probably plastered on everything from a tree to a side of an old barn or maybe an old convenience store, gas station. Yeah, wow, it's hard to take it all in. Union Pacific Railroad. There's old Coca-Cola fishtail sign. Kay's ice cream, that's local. $450 for that. Yeah, I really like the Coca-Cola fishtail signs. Adds life to everything nice. All the different slogans from over the years. You never know what you'll run across. Even Marilyn Monroe. And signs come in all shapes and sizes. This is really nice. They have like a mounting bracket with some lights. So if you wanted to put this on the side of your garage or something. Very nice way to display it. And we first pulled in, we saw all these trucks and trailers. And I go, wow. But I can see the reason why. Some of these folks today are going to buy some big signs you couldn't fit inside your car. And there's some big ones. Yeah, this is really cool. I kind of need this at the house, you know, because Dawn's always like, I think that tire needs some air in it.
I wonder if it still works.
Yeah, you know, maybe it could. If you hook it to an air compressor, yeah, it would probably work. 7-Up, Pennzoil, a little banjo, a one-stringer at that.
That thing
Yeah.
is fun back there.
Oh, yeah, it's like a disco helmet going on.
Pee-wee's Big Adventures. These are fake.
It does look like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It does.
It's incredible.
Yeah. And right here, this is really interesting. You got this lady. She's in a teacup. Yeah, see her?
Oh, she is.
Sundrop. Yeah. Of course, the 1975 Ford LTD Anchorino. Red Lobster. I wonder if that came from a Red Lobster. So here's some neon. It's a golden Sundrop cola. They want $3,900. And all these great big 5 gallons of oil. Super hydraulic oil. Motor oil, Pennzoil. They even have some oil for a tractor. Look at all these old clocks. I like that Dr. Pepper one. Asking around $400. Very cool. That drink brownie chocolate drink. That looks fun too. That's a really cool one at that. It's a beautiful day to be out here. It's not too hot because it's cloud covered. And a perfect day for a show, isn't it? Yeah, it's an old water cooler of some sort here. 7-Up. $675. Yeah, this Donald Duck. He's really cool. Yeah, it's an old classic game of some sort. Kind of like a roulette. You dump the ball down in there and Well, that's definitely classic, like 50s or something. There's a little churner. Let me see here. Well, it's $375 or $325.
I wonder if it's still in operation.
There's a little dairy treat root beer. It's an old root beer barrel. $385. Some pedal cars. Of course, these horses are pretty cool. They caught my eye. They're about $200 a piece there. And I guess this was what, one of the first mechanical horses there. Very, very interesting. Donald Duck bread. I remember that growing up. Hawaiian punch. A Smoky Bear. Only you could prevent forest fires. I wonder what they want for that. It'd be kind of cool for the studio. I think it's a reproduction, but it's a really cool reproduction. You know, 7-Up is actually kind of groovy looking. Signs everywhere. There's signs blocking up the scenery. And a lot of times on our back road adventures, we come across these Zenith color television signs. In fact, a lot of these signs we do see usually stuck to an old building or something. And there's another sign I see a lot on the back roads. Bear Wheel and Steering Alignment Services. That's one I see. Of course, we're always seeing Coca-Cola button signs. That one there's a lot of fun there. And that old squirt sign. Pepsi, 7-Up. And I like this Blue Boy ice cream grocery store. It probably was on the front of a grocery store at one time, hanging. There's a... Oh boy, this brings back a lot of memories in the playground. Yeah, trash can topper.
Been to everyone since.
An old Dutch boy sign there. So if there's a sign that you're looking for, the chances are it is here. And we haven't even really begun. We've been here for a half hour, and we've only walked down two aisles. Welcome to Kentucky, Department of Highways. Yeah, I grew up drinking Verner's. Oh boy, big king size. Oh my goodness, they have the chairs and that from McDonald's Playland when I was a kid. And a little table. I think those were like...
I've never seen McDonald's French fries.
Yeah, they were Fry Guys. Yeah. And then of course there's a Ronald over there. Yeah. Wow, that brings back a lot of memories. I remember them. Here's an old calendar. Still has its paper from January of 1964. And of course Ronald is here. And they do have a little bit of everything you can imagine. Here's some old gas pumps, Mobile Gas. They got an old Shell over there. And these here are authentic. They're not reproductions like you see pretty much everywhere. $1,800, $5,500, priced reasonable. And that's what we're dealing with. Look at that, all the way up the side of that hill. We haven't even touched it, and we've been here for almost 45 minutes. Dawn, did you ever ride a bike like this with a banana seat?
I did have a banana seat bike.
Was it a Western Flyer?
It might have been. I remember the banana seat and the big handlebars.
Dairy Queen, big old Dairy Queen sign. Coca-Cola vending machine. And they brought out the big signs. Look at the size. They're pole signs. Goodyear, Flying A, Sinclair, Golf. And they have Vandy Camp's Bakery. it's a, I think it's a, I think it had neon at one time, Dawn. You never know, there might be some crap in here you might need. Old Sparky, right? Yeah, there's the Sinclair dinosaur. I've seen those on Route 66, and those signs, when you get up real close to them, they're quite big. I don't think Dawn will let me have one in the backyard, nor the neighbors would want me to have one. In some places, they would wheel out their gasoline and they would fill it from this.
I've never seen something like that.
Yeah.
Look at the hamburger fry.
Oh my goodness. I remember these guys from McDonald's as well.
I forgot what the blue guy was.
Yeah, he's a fry guy or something, right?
See his little feet hanging out? Like he ate them.
Yeah, very cool. Mr. Peanut. Cadillac.
What's with the ghost?
And we still have all of that to do. Piggly Wiggly. So we found a bike for Dawn, but here's a bike for me. Got the banana seat. It's another Western Flyer. Little Honda Trail 70 for $1,800. It's in really, really good shape. Oh, check out, there's an old sign here. Can't read what it says.
That's sport.
Sport, yeah, S-P-O-R-T, Sport. So I don't know what this is. Is this an old carnival ride or something? I think it, or it's an old train. It's like an old, so that is an old carnival train ride. I was talking to the individual. He says it still runs. It needs a lot of work, but it brings back stories that I've always heard about my grandfather. He had a little carnival. He would go around and he had a train. I kept hearing about his train he had. I think that's the RCA dog. It is. It says Nipper. Was that the name of him? Nipper? I don't know.
Is that the one dog?
RCA dog, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he had a name.
Old Coca-Cola uniform over there. Barber pole. Yeah, Disney Cruise Lines, I think that's from. Oh my goodness, it's an old circus tent banner. Sheila May, the African Jungle Girl. Just a random shark laying around in the mountains. I got Uptown Soda. There's even a nativity out here. It's hard to find them that big, and they're kind of pricey. If you're thirsty, just whistle. Sparkling orange goodness. I like that sign. Lots of fun. The colors are very pleasing as well. So there's a Swin Stingray apple crate. It's got the banana seed, and that is really, really sweet. It's got that suspension in the front, that flake in the seat. That is sweet. Old Spuds Mackenzie. Great big bucket of chicken for $2,750. And there's the old farmhouse, the old Tennessee farmhouse on the hill. And here's another Ronald McDonald. I think they're at all the playlands. And here's some old island poles there, even have the water spigot. So I think this is part of a merry-go-round. They would have little light bulbs and stuff in there. One of the facades. Another circus banner, ducks with four wings. Alive. Little sideshow. And it looks like they have a few different little, like, circus. Of course, that clown over there, he looks pretty scary. Is that the back piece of an airplane? I think it is. It's the tail piece. And then they have a school bus stop over here. Of course, there's another scary clown, and there's a big piece of cheese that's behind him. Wonder Bread. And this is an old school stop. Give kids shelter. See that? Yeah, it's an old school bus stop. Yeah, I think he's up to no good. Absolutely no good. 125 Honda three-wheeler. $3,000. Looks really clean. Some pedal cars. We're coming across a lot of bikes. This one's called the Polo bike. Another banana seat. And a little Honda Spree. Little coin-operated ride. A little boat. Here's some sumo suits. And is that Michael Myers? I think it is. Florida Market Fruit and Vegetables. An old neon sign. Shark's head. I've always wondered what Mr. Goodwrench looked like. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer Ween or old bottle crates. Hot donuts and coffee. Here's the view at the top of the hill here, looking down over the whole swap meet here. Fox Cemetery is down there. Closed for lunch from 1 to 1:30. Check out these clowns. They're $4,250 each. I think they talked at one time. Their mouths would move up and down. I have never seen that. And there's another crazy clown over here. I don't know if I trust. Yeah, I don't know if I trust a clown with a wrench, to be honest with you. I wondered if those clown heads belonged to a place called Funland Arcade at one time. I went $350, so that sign. A McDonald's lampshade. B.B. King and Millie Jackson. So I have no clue what this is. I think they're wood carvings. And it's Bigfoot. Some horses. Very unique.
Yeah, they're all sold, but I can get more of them.
All those Bigfoots were sold. Somebody come through and bought them all. So we saw the apple crate, and this here is the orange crate. Has a little shifter. Learn to lead. Looks like Vietnam era. I think I had that chalkboard, or at least I remember playing on that chalkboard when I was little. The Beat Goes On CD and tapes. A great big neon sign of a trout. Well, if you collect McDonald's memorabilia, this is the place for you. Yeah, so they wanted $6,000 for the Ronald and the bench. Well, this is the first old school Mountain Dew sign I've seen here. Yahoo Mountain Dew. So the first interstate I ever driven on was Interstate 69. It runs through Michigan into Indiana. I don't know if that's an old turret or something for some kind of military vehicle. You can see there's a little windshield wiper. And I wonder if that like was on the bottom of an old bomber or something. Everything we've seen today brings back memories of our trip down Route 66. And a KFC weather vane. Hey, you only usually see these in museums. Oh my goodness, Sea Rock City at the top of Lookout Mountain. $1,275. They also wanted $3,600 for that Kentucky Fried Chicken weather vane. I'm not sure what he is. Boyd's Bears? I'm kind of drawing a blank. And you got Fuddruckers behind Sharp's restaurant. Still has a little bit of its neon attached. So we're here at Happy's Trains. There's an old Lionel. Oh my goodness, look at this. All kinds of trains in here. Now, I've driven by this many of times. I've stopped a couple times and it wasn't open. But with the gas show going on, it's a perfect time to see this. All kinds of model train memorabilia. Oh, they even have an Eiffel Tower in here. And there are trains everywhere. Yeah, that's an erector set. I had a friend who worked at Lionel in Detroit or in Sterling Heights.
Last year, and the lady got right where you're standing, and I'm standing here, and I said, how do you like it? Just smoke rings, and there's 40 different flavors, even marijuana. This is a cops and robber car. They go up and down shooting each other, and horses stick their head out to it.
Oh, there it goes. Now it's all way.
That's what I mean. All the different flavors. They work. I've had that about 50 years. Pretty neat, isn't it? And then this is a Lionel log loader. And it does work. Get it right, can't believe it.
So he was saying that some of these things came over on the Queen Mary, and this building was here during the Civil War, and they said that there was Union troops had walked on this floor. Very interesting, really great place to check out. And that was Happy's Toys and Trains, and the chances are you've probably passed this if you're coming to Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg. This is 411. Just a few miles out that way is Bush's Baked Beans. Of course, this is English Mountain here. And it was really cool. A lot of very interesting, very, very interesting. I highly recommend it. There's 2 a year. This is the spring. They also have a fall. I think they run during the rod runs. I think it's when they happen. But I highly recommend it if you like, old roadside America, if you like oil and gas, and they had everything, bikes, everything you can imagine. Folks, that's going to do it for today here in Sevierville, Tennessee If you like this vlog,
Give it a thumbs up.
also if you haven't, please subscribe so you miss these upcoming Smoky Mountain adventures. And until next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Everyone.
And it's hot. You see my hat? Yeah, it's hot. I sweated up my hat.